And it's recording.
Yo, what's good? Welcome back to another episode. I believe this is week 4 with me, G and Raymond. How's everybody doing today?
What's up, Sticky?
Good. Monday Night Football, baby.
Right, we got
Prime
the
time.
Seahawks playing. I don't know
Prime
how
time.
they're
This is gonna
looking
be a
right
hard
now, though.
episode to freaking do, bro.
I
Gonna
need
be a
them.
hard episode to do.
I
Need
gotta
them.
try not to look to my right when when I'm talking to you, because my camera's right here in front of me, and then I got
Yeah.
the
I'm looking
game.
at right past. I got this light right here, and I'm looking past the light, and I see the stupid Giants right now.
Just let me know when you guys look.
What's
So
good?
Yeah, man, everything's good, man.
We'll
How about y'all?
we'll edit it all out.
Uh-oh.
It was good, bro. It was pretty good. You ever have that thing where it's like a bunch of things happen or a whole lot of nothing happened, and you just don't remember nothing? So maybe it's just me getting old. But yeah, just a few things happen. I'll come back to it. G, what'd you end up doing, man? Because I'm trying to remember.
I didn't really do anything. Just stayed home and prepared for fantasy football.
Yeah, fantasy football. Yeah, I got lucky this week with the team that I'm playing is actually undefeated in fantasy right now, and I'm just got him, give him his fairest L.
Fantasy's been weird this year, bro. Because there's always been you got like 1 week where one team will just go nuts. Like if you've got what's his name, Tariq, and if you got the Tariq and freaking Tua combo,
that's
at
me.
least a couple of weeks you've gone nutty. You got that?
Yeah, I got them on my other league.
Oh my
So
God.
the first week was crazy. I think the first 2 weeks it was crazy with those two together. They're combining like 60 to 70. Just those two alone. Yeah, Tyreek Hill was killing it. And then I got Mozart on the bench last week who scored 45, and I didn't even have him.
And he wasn't even the best running back on that team that day. But now this weekend though, they got destroyed.
No, that was a horrible game. I watched that out there in Hawaii.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Buffalo coming through, man. Them Bills wasn't playing around. That was a big game, pivotal game. But yeah, this Hawks game, bro, this is going on right now. Playing the Giants.
Sucks. We're winning.
Is it horrible?
Jamal Adams. I don't know when this is gonna come out, but Jamal Adams, come on, son. It's his first game back.
And that's what we get from. That's a concussion. Damn, that sucks, man.
You know what when we first came out, when we first traded from, we were first season, I think he played a few games, and me and the kids just call him like good daddy because he's always there for a play, right? He's just a good daddy. He's always there. And then all of a sudden that fool got hurt for the year, and we hadn't seen daddy. I was like, oh, guess daddy dipped out on some child support.
Hurt daddy.
Hurt daddy. No daddy.
I feel like we should just call him AKA Mr. Glass too, though. He's always hurt.
God, bro. How can one person just keep getting hurt like that?
Fingers, knees, shoulders, everything. And that's where he's doing the most, right? He's doing all this treatment and physical therapy that he needs to get better. And as soon as he starts playing, this happens. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, is it really worth it?
Talent.
Would you invest that much money just to get that kind of results?
I mean, he's getting paid though, right? I mean, with football not having guaranteed money, I don't know, but I don't know exactly how much he's getting paid right now. Yeah, because you need to earn that money, and if you're, and I'm sure there's a lot of bonuses tied to his contract. And if he ain't on the field, what you making? Minimum wage? Is there a minimum wage for a football player?
Like 300,000.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, that's still a lot. 300,000.
I still see
or just even being on the practice squad. Yeah.
Yeah, you feel for him. You feel for him though. You know, it must hurt just to be that talented and to have that much anxiety going out there, and just all of a sudden you out again.
Yeah, I know he was excited to be back. He was pumped.
Mm-hmm.
He was just out there.
He's out. I mean, I don't know if you guys saw. So by the time this comes out, you'll see he made a tackle. he hit Daniel Jones' knee with his forehead, and that's it. And he's out for the game. He was pretty pissed. I mean, I think he'll probably be out for about a game, or
Yeah,
maybe he'll be back next week. He looked like he was okay.
he couldn't get up though. He was like,
That boy was
See, I didn't see
woozy.
it.
you
I
didn't see that
had setting everything up, missed it.
right
Yeah,
after the hit. He kind of like
yeah, it's pretty woozy.
wobble wobble.
You know what situation just needs to get a concussion right now is this Taylor Swift situation, bro. They did an entire segment on this lead up to this game for Monday Night Football pregame type of a lead up, and one whole segment was Taylor Swift was this one of the broadcasters standing in where Taylor Swift was sitting in last night. They did a whole session of that.
Yeah.
It's like taking over. She's taking over my sport, the one that I
Man sport.
my sport. I didn't say man because like, it can also be womb man, but
Oh,
I'm just
man
saying.
sport. Yeah.
I mean, you got like let's pan to Taylor Swift drinking some high noon. So what the hell's
They
going on?
I saw that they're panning to her like after touchdowns, after
Just to see her
She's
jump up and down, right, and applaud. It's like,
she's
hey, she's
doing
clapping.
like after
yeah,
like post game interviews. She's out here putting on. She's taking knees on the field for the last play of the game. So I don't know what's going on, man. That's what's
she's
happening
selling
to our game, fellas.
those
The
extra.
Swifties are out there now buying out all the football tickets. We're never going to get tickets, guys.
We got Swifties out in the crowd. Oh my goodness!
For
You know,
selling out football games. That's not
but
a bad idea though for a
Mhm.
team who's suffering. Well, that's the Chiefs. They're not suffering. I mean, for like
No.
another team that's not doing too well, that'd be a good idea.
they're the teams. The Chiefs are probably the most recognized team right now
Yeah,
in the world because of just how dominated they've been. And now they bring in this other aspect of things that we're bringing in. And, I understand it as a marketing scheme or a marketing thing, or I don't know how you want to call it. Some people are calling it, and I think Eve wants to call it as a distraction. And it's distracting somebody. It's distracting me from watching the game. I'll tell you that. It's like let's just
I'm just like, what?
come on.
Taylor Swift. How many times am I going to see you?
I know, but them numbers keep rolling in. The viewerships keep rolling in. They're doing something right. NFL's just they're the kings of marketing, man. They're the kings of marketing. And they know that it doesn't matter if us, the fans that like the game, just like just the rough and tough part of it, get annoyed by this whole thing. We're still going to be there next week because we got fantasy teams and everything. And they're going to be bringing in a brand new group of people. They're going to spend the money on, on Travis Kelce's uniform. And I guess we just got to let them have it. How do you feel about it, G? You look kind of, I don't know. You watching the Seahawks game? We said we weren't going to watch it, man.
Man,
You checking on your fantasy right now?
No, I'm watching the game.
You're watching.
I need this game to go high, and they both fucking suck.
Wow, it's Monday Night Football. It's Monday night. There's always something weird that happens on these primetime games, bro.
Taylor Swift.
Huh? What's wrong with Taylor Swift? Nothing. Nothing's wrong with her. Just as long as she's not playing football or like involved in football games. That's just me. Hashtag bad Taylor fan. Somebody just.
You're not a Swiftie.
I like her music. It's cool. It's all right. It's boppish.
I mean,
I'm 46 years old, man. I really don't care. I mean, you can be like, yep, I jammed all of it. I jammed all of it. Biebs is in the car right now. I got freaking Blackpink in the ride. And
ooh, Blackpink.
Straight.
Hey, no.
How you like
my
that?
girl be bumping them. Hey, first time I listened to Blackpink was in the car with my girl and her friend. And they were bumping the hell out of shit. I was like, okay, I could get down with this shit. It's kind of little. I mean, I'm not gonna say gangster, but it's kind of hard.
Don't be.
Hey,
okay, we gotta edit that out. Timestamp that and edit that out. It's kind of Blackpink. No, it goes hard though. It's like the music. I was like, God, what is this? Why am I feeling this in my bones? So no, it's good. I mean, the kids like it. I jam with it. These I don't know. It's K-pop. It's K-pop, man. It's taking over. It's been
taking over.
They've infiltrated. Infiltrated our country. the kids start. I mean, my kids are looking like them. I think everybody's kids. I think I'm gonna eventually start looking like them. So just embrace it, bro.
Are they light skinned now? Or are they trying to keep their color
My oldest son doesn't go out, so he can keep his light skin
fair skin?
complexion.
Hey, but being a
He's just,
Filipino is not bad though. They want us to be light skinned so bad. It's like, oh, bleaching their
yeah,
skin. I think everybody in Asia is a social thing. So like if you're light skinned in
yeah.
Asia, you're
It's
super privileged, right? And then
it's
if
money.
you're
Yeah, if
dark
you're
skinned,
dark.
you're out there in the field like slaving and
Hmm.
working hella hard. That's why you're
Yeah,
dark. But
that's what it is. You get all powdered up. Yeah, other like for me, I love the color of
yeah,
my skin. It's called kayumangi, which is the natural brown skin of the Filipino man.
is
I
that
get
dark
two
skin
tats
or fair
tomorrow.
skin? You
I'm
about
What
to
about to
is
get
get my
tatted?
two tats tomorrow. What's
What are you
up?
getting?
what is
Filipino writing by Bayin.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm gonna get Baldos and Acosta right here. It's gonna hurt. Might cry. I don't know.
that's not your first tattoo, is it?
Nah,
just
I got a few. I got
just
this.
Okay. I
wait.
get when it gets down to your arms and your lower what do you call those? Your forearms and stuff like that. I heard it doesn't
Hmm.
hurt that much.
What was the
This
tattoo you
one's
with Bryson?
the
What's the tattoo, Bryson?
the tattoo I got with Bryson, or
Yeah,
that tattoo Bryson got.
no,
The
the one
backs.
I remember Bryson's, but I remember you got one also. What did you get?
Which one is
I
it?
can't remember.
It was
Was it
this
a
one.
shoulder
It
tat?
was on my
What was
arm.
Oh,
It was it's probably one of my biggest regrets.
that one?
It's a friggin' it's a cuff. It's a cuff on arm, and it was
Let me
a
see.
breakup tattoo.
Show it.
Man,
oh, okay. Was it a cover up? Is that what you
do I
said?
have to? No, it was a breakup. It was like I had just gotten through a breakup, and I just really wanted to hurt myself,
Oh,
and I was like, let me get that
well,
tat right there. It's a Polynesian sword. Y'all say, oh
yeah,
no, the mic's up there. Anyways, ain't nobody
yeah.
want to know about this. Anyway,
I'm
this week, folks,
and then Bryson.
the,
uh,
what's that? Man, your
and
microphone is
Bryson.
like
Yeah.
being abducted right now, where the sounds are just sucking all the
I'm just not gonna.
audio out of your mic.
I'm just gonna look.
Maybe he's too close. You could just gotta dial it in a little bit better. Anyways, go ahead.
So just like every week that we've done this so far. Well, actually, no, I think this is the third week that we've done it because I think on episode 1 we didn't have one. But we do have another viewer submission of the week. And I really hope we can keep this going because this has actually been fun. And this one wasn't really a submission. I got one of the homies hit me up and he was like, "Hey, I'm really liking what you're doing. Hit me up on Insta." It's like, and I asked him, "Hey, can I ask you a favor?" Because this is one of the guys that I was like, "Man, this is perfect. This is perfect because I've got a backstory to this." So I asked him, "Hey, can I use your picture?" And he was like, "That picture," and I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "Just as long as you don't slander me with AI or anything like that." And I won't. I don't even know how to use that, but I'm gonna just go ahead and put it on the screen. This gentleman's name is Art B, and there he is. Look at that. Look at my man's in all his glory. Look at this young chap right here.
That
I
might be
got
the greatest file ever taken.
this right here. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna give you a little bit of and a little bit of a challenge at this point. I'll give you a background on exactly why this picture was chosen and why this picture is for those who have participated with the rise of this selfie, this profile picture on Facebook. For those who are participated, you know how epic this picture is. Okay, so let me kind of give you a background on this picture, and it says established 6/20/2019, just because that's when he posted this picture on Facebook as a very innocent profile picture, like we all do. Okay. And so what happened was all of a sudden people started commenting on this wonderful, handsome young man's picture. A little bit of gray in there now, a little bit of a salt and
Perfect.
pepper going on. Great mixture, but that was like 4 years ago. I don't even know what Art looks like anymore. Because he doesn't post any, he hasn't updated his profile picture. I don't even know if he has hair anymore.
I don't think he
Because
needs. Don't ever.
his profile picture has been his ability to change his profile picture has basically been hijacked by the masses that have has basically told him to keep it up there. So one thing led to the other. Hashtags started coming out. People were commenting, and before you know it, Facebook's algorithm realized that hey, this is a popular thing. So he kept putting it on other people's pages, on top of their pages, and before you know it, it started getting a lot of traction. 10 comments became 100. 100 comments became 500. And before you know it, there's hashtags. There were memes. There was like the hashtags were let's do this every month. Let's do Artgist, September, Octobart. They try to tie it into Octobart, December art. It's like Happy December Art Day, Chris Smart, Merry Chris Smart. It was one of those things, and people it got to 500, went to 800, and before you know it, like less than a year later, it was pushing a K. People were on his page on this picture, waiting for it and kept commenting, waiting for it to hit a K, 1K, and it did. And it got to the point where people were posting, like realtors were on there posting open houses. It was posting open houses, and just, people were posting their lost cats on there. Have you guys seen this cat? And they started printing out pictures. I mean, printing out T-shirts. People wearing T-shirts of this guy. So now it's at 1.7K comments. And the reason why I'm bringing it up is I think we can push it a little bit higher. It's slowed down a little bit. It's been over 4 years, and I think it's time to run it back. Let's bring back the art picture. And I do want to apologize to Art because I realized I was actually the second person to comment on this wonderful picture here. And I challenge anyone to find me anyone else that has more comments and more traction on their profile pictures. Just a normal guy. Just does his 9 to 5. Wonderful dad. So that's viewer submission of the week. Art B. Did you guys ever comment on this thing?
I did actually. I was wondering what was going on. I had no idea what the hype was about. I was like, why is everybody commenting on his profile picture? I saw my cousin. I seen you. I don't know if I seen G on there though, but
I
there was a
like
lot of people back and forth that was commenting, and I was like, whoa.
Did you see people walking around with his that face on their t-shirts? I was
Yeah,
like,
that's
what is
crazy.
happening?
If they did that, would be hella funny.
it, but I think I said like happy birthday like a year later on that profile picture.
Oh, whenever something happens, it's a. I mean, that picture has gone through some of the high times and the low times. That picture went through COVID and it kept people together. I'll be honest with you.
He's like, oh
People
shit,
were like,
that's what I'm
we
doing.
can't have mass gatherings of more than 30 people outside, but we can be up in here posting. And it
Yeah.
was, it was Governor Inslee was tripping, so that they had to get up on some page. No, the part that got me was somebody posted their open house on his. I was like, what is going on here?
Damn, that's wild. I didn't
This
even
is
know you could
wild.
do it like that on comments.
Yeah,
I should have been
they were
doing that
just
shit
supposed to.
too.
Should have started posting your clothing line. Would have been
Oh
dope.
no, it's like, oh, I might even put up a little job board out there. Looking for someone to do my yard. Anybody out there in the comments do yards?
Yeah, I'm thinking this is going to spark a little bit of something off, or maybe not. Maybe it's the end of it, and he'd be very happy. I mean, it's been hijacked. He can't. He hasn't been able to change his profile picture in years. Like I said, I don't even know what he looks like anymore. It got him to go to the shooting ranges and practice on a bunch, a target shooting. So just to get his aggression out. My man. Thank you, Art. Love you, bro. Appreciate you letting us use your picture. Viewer submitter of the week. But
I
but
got bad news, guys.
What
what's going
happened?
on?
Gino is out.
I just turned my head and I looked at it and I seen Drew out there. I was gonna ask, but I didn't want to be interrupting.
Well,
the
it's time to
whole
lock,
thing.
bro. It's Drew
Come
Lock.
on, lock it down, Drew Lock. You got it. Watch this first play, baby. Let's do this.
It's time to lock it down.
Oh,
Unfortunately, I
there you
have
go.
Gino on my
There you go.
fantasy
Got a
squad.
completion.
He's my quarterback on one of mine.
I know.
Hey, G,
Yeah,
did
Sad but
they?
happy.
What
he was
happened?
running out of bounds. He was running out of bounds and he got tackled and
Oh, late hit.
they fell on his legs.
Mm.
Ah,
One of those tackles where you tackle you take him down.
you said tackle her.
Take him down. Take him down, bitch.
All right. So let's. You guys want to bring anything up before we wooz into this next segment? We're about to just shapeshift.
Yeah, let's go ahead
Go
and
second safe. Go second face. Everybody's just.
Hey, Drew Luck's about to score his first career touchdown here as a Seahawk. Nope.
All right.
All right,
So
let's go.
All right, let me just stretch out a little bit. This is kind of a shift in direction with Was Good, and we've been talking about this on and off. Um, the cast, the pod. I've talked about this with the wife, and I've talked about this with E quite a bit in term, and also Gerald's hit me up on the side, and it was like, you know what? I'm hoping that just in these 3 episodes, people have gotten to know us. Just lucky, go happy kind of guys, and just really likable dudes, and we're just here, and I think we've also introduced the fact that we all have boys, um, uh, as sons. I've got 3, G's got 2, and E's got 1.5, and we want to be very thoughtful, and we want to be good ambassadors and representatives of our family, and we don't want to put this out there in these types of conversations in light to where we're not adding to the conversation in a thoughtful manner. And these next few episodes, maybe we go lighthearted again next week. But today, it was really one of those things. We had something else planned for today, but we decided to pivot from that because, at least on my end, I just needed to get a few things off my chest. And I know E, you've been hitting me up, and I know G, from the very beginning, you wanted to talk a little bit more seriously about stuff, a little bit more thought provoking stuff, right? So today we're gonna talk a little bit about politics, but not in that particular manner. And it's, for me, when I log on in the morning, I mean, it's like many people, like many of you folks there, and the gentleman on the panel here, you go to social media almost immediately in the mornings, right? I don't know
Mhm.
about you, G. I know me, because I have to tend to the to our socials here, and it was a little off this morning just because in all the socials, like, there was a lot of the algorithm seemed to be pushing, just a lot of the stuff that's going on right now. I mean, even started last night. It was just a bunch of weird things that was happening. All of a sudden, like, the Tupac thing came out. I think was that yesterday, a couple days ago. You brought that
Yeah.
up to me,
Yep.
E. Yeah,
Yep.
and I was like, well, why now? I mean, why are we covering this now if there's a trial going on and that's going to be happening? There's all these other things, and there's all these other things happening in the world right now. We've got a border crisis issue, and you're talking about Tupac.
Yeah.
It's just like, we get it. Something happened. We're never going to find out. Nobody's ever going to tell the truth. So it was one of those things to where things started kind of getting dropped weirdly and coincidentally, maybe coincidentally in social media. So I was like, I don't know what's going on. And then this morning I was like, whoa, a lot of Trump stuff, a lot of the trial stuff. And I understand, you know, but the first thing that came to my mind, I was like, how come we don't see none of this stuff when, like, front page news, when the other side is in court. I remember when they were talking about the Biden laptops, and I was the Biden laptop, and you're talking about just this push to impeachment and all that stuff, and it was just kind of odd. I'm a fair person. I need to be level grounded on certain things, and I start asking questions in my head, and I was like, what's the agenda right now? I mean, it's we're almost a year away from the election season. It is election season, and we're almost a year away from voting again on the leader of the world, basically. And I mean, you sit back there and say, remember what the hell happened last election cycle. I mean, take yourself back to 2020 and how the world changed. So I kind of want to I want to approach it like that, but I also want to approach it to where it's just, I don't want to talk about the politics. I don't want to talk about the Democratic Party, the Republican Party, the Libertarian Party. I don't care about all that stuff. I care about issues right now. I care about issues that's in my household, that affect my household, or within my fence line, and then we'll talk about somewhere else. I don't want to talk about the Reds and Blues. I abandoned that a long time ago, if you know what I mean. And the reason why I abandoned that is because of the people that actually live here, and that's what I vote according to. I vote according to who's in this household. So I want to talk about just some real issues that I feel affect you guys, and I want to see how you feel. What issues you feel right now are in the forefront, or if you've even thought about it. So I know that was a little bit ranty and long winded, but I want to be, again, very thoughtful in putting this out there in this particular conversation. and I don't want to cross any lines, but I think eventually, I mean, we might have to. But this is who we are. This is what we're gonna have to say. These are real feelings, and we want to talk about it, and that's what podcasts are for. So, G, I know you wanted to talk a little bit more of like deeper things before, and in our first episodes. Has any of this kind of trickled in to your daily to where it's being reinserted back? So like, hey, start thinking about the politics again.
Most definitely, most definitely. Because like I was telling you, I watch CNN and I watch Fox News in the morning, so I am seeing a little bit of both sides. But it's funny because yeah, obviously CNN's gonna cover it and cover it the way they want it. But when you turn to Fox, they're covering like stuff like one of the prosecutors in the courtroom smiling because they got Trump finally in there. So it's just the way they cover it.
Oh,
Everyone,
that was
everyone
actually the judge. That
was
was
at the judge.
actually the judge of the thing. So it was, each side's going to paint their pictures.
Yeah,
That's all I said. But that's what you see, right?
that's what I saw. But yeah, it's weird just watching both. But I feel like Fox News is covering it more when they used to not much talk about when Trump's on the other end.
Well, he's the ultimate headliner,
Hmm.
and that's what I mean. You CNN tanked after Trump was gone because they were their business.
Yep, yep.
They were he was their business. Am I saying that right? Yeah, he was their business. Every single headline. It was just how we used to have like 7 day
Mhm.
news cycles type of thing. It's like, oh, there's something that happened, and it takes about 5 to 7 days for that cycle. It's like if something happened, then oh, we cover this, and it's gone. It was a 24-hour news cycle,
It's like
or
that again.
every like 6 hours. This food was always on TV, and they were always covering them. Okay,
It's again. Like
so
oh, nonstop now. I
but
mean,
you
it's
do you
election time, right? This is what they're gonna do.
it is.
Gonna flood the TVs with what they want.
No, what they do is they're gonna make you choose a side. They're gonna feed on your emotions and see how people react. That's what social media does. It doesn't nearly like blind you, but they put that right in front of you just to see how people are gonna react. As for me, I've been past COVID and going through these things and kind of diving into it, and just trying to see the bigger picture. At first, I wasn't a fan of Trump, it's like, okay, his antics or whatever. But then as I seen the progression and things getting better, that's what kind of made me change my mind. I was like, why are they making him seem so bad? And I get it. You know what I'm saying? They don't want him as a leader, because he's out here ready to expose everything, every single dirty little secret that the government's hiding. I feel like he was trying to expose it all.
That's
And
scary though.
yeah, and so right now the media is trying to distract us with this whole Tupac thing. It's like, okay, we're gonna do this thing. We're gonna put him in court, but we're gonna put something to blanket it so that way people are here are not seeing what's going on. The information is not being spread out.
They've thrown, they've indicted him for what, 4 or 5 times. And I want to think, I want to be a lot more. I want to be a lot smarter in thinking this through. And I think, back then, back in 2020, when we were going through this stuff again, I mean, wow, what a year! COVID, George Floyd, and then and then the George Floyd, and like everything else that happened after that, and then you had the election itself, which was madness, just unfinished man. And then you top it off with January 6th. So what a year, right?
What That was crazy. Within the
Just
whole term,
insanity.
yeah, his whole term, I just feel like they were really trying to shut him down. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's saying too much. We can't control him. What do we do? You know what I'm saying? We have to find a way to distract everybody. Because if we don't, he's just gonna expose everything. He was getting close. And like the crazy things I think about is the whole Space Force thing and the whole alien thing that's going on now. I was like, man, was he onto
Yeah.
something or just another cover up, another distraction? I
Mhm.
believe in the same time that the aliens were being, what do you call that? There was a hearing in Mexico. Something else was happening on that same day.
You're talking about the current state, not like
Yeah.
even back then. Like you're talking about
No,
most
I'm
recent.
sorry, recent. Yeah, the one in Mexico. That was on top of the news, on top of everything. And I believe, what was it? Something about Trump also was going down. Oh no, it was the Biden laptop thing. The the was it, did they go in court for that or trial?
There's I can bring something back to the table because that's something saw something about this, and I don't
Yeah.
want to I don't want to get too tinfoil on this thing, but at the same time, it really does feel like there's always something else that is put right in front of you when something majorly is really going on. Like here's a hamburger, but I'm stealing your wallet, type of thing. Here's here's a hamburger, um, but that's that's bad. But it just like you're saying. I don't. You People don't have enough time to research. People don't have enough time to keep up. People don't have enough time to dig down these rabbit holes, if you want to call it that. People don't have enough time. Let's say if there was, let's see, right now there's about to be a government shutdown again. We
Oh,
always go through this
that's
thing
right.
again. Give us this much money or else we're gonna shut down the government. And then at the 11th hour, they put out like a 1,500 page document that says, "Hey, this is what we agreed to. We're gonna put it into the House, and then the Senate's gonna sign off on it." And it's 1,500. How the hell are you guys gonna push that thing at the 11th hour? No time to read it, but just to save the actual, the government from shutting down itself. It's so weird to me. But while that's going on, they'll throw something in front of you like Taylor Swift in a Kansas City Chiefs game. So because nobody else is really paying attention, but they'll throw something at you that's going to make you interested, and so you don't pay attention. It's commonsensical in some things. If you really take a little bit of a step back, it's like, hold on, what's going on? But okay, let's go back to. I'm gonna just bring it back to the election. Okay. And again, let's take the blue and the red out, or even the Green Party. Okay. Do you guys know who's running? Who are the top 5 people running right now? E, you got to
I don't
stay
know.
up, man.
Nah, I don't
Okay.
even pay attention to that.
Okay. You
Trump.
got Trump.
Yeah, I know those two.
That's all they've been
You
talking
got
about.
Biden.
Like
That's the
six
only people
Okay.
I hear. Yeah.
Do you know who Vivek Ramaswamy is?
I think so.
You need to
Is
know Vivek Ramaswamy.
he a Republican?
No, he doesn't represent anything, right?
He did. He's
Oh,
he
that's a guy.
runs Republican. He's running as Republican. Okay. He's an entrepreneur and a writer. He made a lot. He's no political background, very much like Trump. Harvard graduate of, I think it was just a BA, or he was a cum laude from Harvard, and he if you listen to this guy, he's a he's an awesome debater. He is fearless. He goes in every show. He goes in every, like, if you he was on Breakfast Club, took on Breakfast Club, and you can be, oh yeah, he got smoked or he got this and that, but he just talks. He wants to talk facts. He runs right at you. Okay, he gives me like Barack vibes, to be honest with you, but more challenging than Barack. Barack was uh, just the in my opinion the greatest speaker as a president ever. The
Yeah.
guy can put together the guy can gather people together and have you ride with him. I rode with him for a year, for the term.
Yeah, he did. Man, he kept me kind of connected emotionally.
Oh,
I was like, I really like Obama, because I felt like he was speaking to like all of us and
mhm.
made you feel some type of way. And to just find out all the other stuff, I was just blinded by.
Yeah, but
I was like,
that's part of it, bro. That's
yeah,
part.
it's
That's
like you
politics.
finessed the
Period.
shit out of America. It's like you
That's
finessed
when he.
everybody.
That's when I started watching news when he came into office.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
all the time, and then obviously when Trump came in, I was hella into the news.
Oh, when
Vivek
Trump
gives
came in, it
me
was like a
What's
movie.
half
Trump,
today?
I was
but
in
Vivek gives me
tune.
the Barack vibes. He's out there. You have to take a look at this man. He's uh he's he's fearless, and it just I haven't seen him really get pinned down on if somebody puts something at him and tries to pin him down or try to trap him on a certain topic here and there, he always puts it right back in their face. You got to see Vivek. Um, I'm excited about him. I want to see what happens with him.
Who was that?
Um,
Three?
so that's third. Of course, you've got Ron DeSantis, who is the governor of Florida. Um,
Boo.
he's slipping a little bit. He's slipped quite a bit actually, just because he's like it's I don't know. I don't know what's going on with him. I really have never been a strong like I was like, you know what, you're doing great in that state. There's a lot of stuff going on in that state. You got to fix that. You got a lot to still work on. I don't think it's time for him to get up there, but I think they're trying to get him up because they want, to be honest with whoever is running everything at the end of the day, whoever's running both sides, because there's got to be somebody running, there's got to be a group running both sides, in my opinion. They want the person that's going to beat the best chance to beat Trump because they don't want Trump back in there. I mean, it's obvious. Um, and Ron was that guy. Ron was that guy until I don't know, his campaign's really not looking right now because Vivek's starting to pass him up. So those are the two Republicans on that side, and then you have Bobby Kennedy Jr.,
Mm-hmm.
who is he's a what is he? He's a lawyer. He's an environmental lawyer, very strong and decorated. He was like a DA of this firm, and on top of that, he was also getting approached by all these bigger. He was huge on water passage protection. A lot of he went against. He's the one that's actually going against Fauci. Wrote a book about it, and they basically have him based as a conspiracy theorist type of a platform, which is basically the whole COVID thing, the pharmaceuticals and COVID. Um,
Ooh,
but
that's a you gotta
yeah,
tread lightly around pharmaceuticals.
and I mean, guess where Ramaswamy's from? Pharmaceuticals. Big
Mm,
farm. He's from big. He's no longer there. He's no longer with them. I think he got sold off his shares, and he's running for politics now. But Bobby Kennedy, born in D.C., born where just a few blocks from the White House, and then he grew up in VA, and he's a Kennedy. But
yeah,
they're smearing him. They're just like, you know what? We don't even want you up there. So these are the main hitters right now. But nobody's paying attention because it's only about
anti-vaxxers. They're like, no, we're not going. We're not making people do that
He,
again.
he's trying to vote for Kanye.
Nah. But that whole anti-vax thing, when that was out there during COVID, I was not a fan for sure. I was definitely looking at it at a way that they're just trying to make people get vaccinated and control you in some type of way. I could even go to Hawaii at one point if I wasn't vaccinated. And I think if it wasn't for Hawaii, that family trip, I would have never got vaccinated.
yeah, yeah.
But then again, those that are close to me who felt the same way, um, obviously, obviously didn't pan out too well for them, so that had me thinking and wondering about this whole COVID thing, because it really does start running off emotions. And when you can't figure out if it's real or not, and people are actually passing away, or is it media, it leaves you feeling like you really have to go out there and do your own investigations. And I was there at that point, and it put me in a place where I was actually digging in these rabbit holes and wanting to
Mm-hmm.
find out answers and finding all kinds of different stuff. And of course, that could be like a discussion for another pod session,
Mm-hmm.
but that's what happened
No,
to me during that whole election time while Trump was in office.
no. Let's dig that a little bit. I know this is going to be tricky because I know there's you know vaccinations and the vaccine and everything like that has always been a tricky question. I was just scared shitless about it. I was like, listen, these trials, um, it takes decades to get these things to get these things approved. And the thing that so I said, okay, fine. During that time, I was since I really wasn't working during that time, I was at stock trading, like many other people during that time. We were just doing a lot of stock trading here and there. And one of the stocks that I actually was trading, excuse me, I forget the name already, but they were an India based. It's called, I think it was Bharat Science. The reason why I'm bringing this up is I actually sat there in the FDA call when they finally said, okay, when I think it was Moderna, or it was Moderna that they were approving during that time. But I what I ended up hearing from that call is that it was like a lot of it was inconclusive. There was a particular age group that they were still on the fence about, that they needed more testing. But we were only in it for like 3 to 6 months, and we're already approving things, and we're saying, you know what, we're going to put it out there. This is stuff that's supposed to like it's supposed to take decades to approve this thing. So I sat there and I was like, you know what? I'm fine. I can probably take this. But what scared me the most about it is just now you're gonna eventually push it out to the younger kids. And and I just didn't like the forcing. I get it. I mean, I took it, and I took my vaccines just because work, and that was really it. But I don't even take the flu
The
vaccine.
boosters. Yeah, I
No,
never
I
took
didn't, I
the
didn't
flu
take the
vaccine
booster. I
either.
don't. Yeah, but that was
Yeah,
just one of those
I
things.
feel
I
the
just,
same
I
way.
just couldn't get on board.
No, I
G,
feel
did you?
man.
How about
I'm
you,
same,
G?
same way with you. I was okay with me taking it. I didn't care. I'm more like, let me wait till after the first batch of people that did it.
Hmm.
I'll try it on the second batch. But I mean, I was just like more like, I don't give a fuck. Let's just get
Yeah,
back to normal.
How did you
yeah,
feel
that
though?
was one
Were
of those
you
things.
feeling kind of anxious, and did you have like any sense of fear at all? Like you didn't want
I
yourself to
guess,
get sick, the people around you to get sick?
of course, I don't want no one to get sick. Of course, that's why I want to take it. But I guess we got stuck with the whole setup where, because of COVID, we
Yeah.
all got at home. We want to get over with this. I was more like, yeah, I want to get back to normal. Give me the shot. Let
Oh
me get
yeah. Okay. Okay. I
in
see your point of view in
Yeah,
that.
more
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Not even thinking about effects or anything. But yeah, when it came to the kids, I was like,
Yeah.
I don't. Is it ready? Is it time? It's only been, like you said, it's only been 6 months.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It really was one of those things, and it made you feel like it was your civic duty, and you had a
That's what it
responsibility
is.
towards it. And it
Mm,
was, and the
But
thing about fear is that, I mean, you become very easily controlled by it. It's either some people are gonna tough it out and just gonna be like, no, I'm not scared type of thing, or the other ones just be like, you know what, if this is what's gonna take to have the situation, you know, be okay, go back to normal. Yeah, let's just go ahead and do it, because there's more sacrifices in life. There's bigger hills to die on, no pun intended or anything like that. But that was
yeah.
just the thing. It was such a,
but with that
you
with
know,
that said, that was easy to get people to do it. You know what I mean? That's just another way. Like, easily could have been like, yeah, a lot of people. I bet you a lot of people didn't do their info,
mm,
and it's like,
yeah.
let me just get it. Let me just take it. I want to go back to work. You know?
Well, hindsight, and this is what pisses me off now, is because how they spoke about it. I mean, even Trump was pushing it. Trump was pushing it. He was like, I don't forget what he said. I'm not going to try to impersonate the guy. But you had TV commentator. You had Biden up there. You had people on the news channels saying this. If you take this, you won't get COVID. Literally, they said that verbatim. And if you want to look it up yourself. And if you can't find it, come see me. But it was verbatim. If you take this, you will not get the virus. And the vaccine itself does not protect you from getting the virus. It didn't. It's
Mm-mm.
it's and it's pro-
We all got it.
it's hindsight at this point. And guess what? People still kept getting it. I'm like, to this day, if that was the case, I mean, it was, some people are on fourth boosters and they're still getting it now. I mean, what? What's her name? Whoopi Goldberg, just on TV. He's like, yeah, I've taken the boosters and everything like that, and I've got COVID. And I was like, what's going on? I thought this was supposed to be the end all, and you were literally saying you have to take this because this is what's going to save everyone. And I was like, yeah, let's go. I want to save everyone. I'm down. I don't want to be
Mhm.
that guy. I want to be alienated. But then hindsight, what do we like? What did we really feel? That feeling that we had during that time. And who knows? I mean, there's all the, I'm not going to go down that hole either, but there's a lot of trials that's going on right now, or a lot of um, information that's coming back saying, "Hey, there's something new.
Yeah.
That's there's something new that's happening to people
Yeah.
who nowadays. I mean, people are like dropping, and people are like younger people are having more heart attacks, and there's more like blockage in their arteries. It's like I don't know enough about it to go super into detail, but I'm just going to put it out there. So during that time, something happened in 2020 to where it really divided a lot of people. I mean, imagine that. It started with COVID, and just the feeling of, you got to pick a side. You're going to be vaxxed or not vaxxed, or it was mask or not mask. So all of a sudden you started dividing. There was anxiety,
Mhm.
there's fear. And then all of a sudden George Floyd hit, and then more division. Are you with, are you more defunding the police, or are you, with this particular movement? And so we kept division. And it was like, whether there was a lot of people that was kind of like, I kind of want to just be normal and I don't want to pick a side. But the country, it just felt like, and I'll say it, it felt like every time you turn on the TV, the media just wanted you divided. And I don't want to be divided. This should be the time when we were all united. And so at this point, are we going to start getting divided again? Because I thought we were supposed to come back together and get through all this stuff. Things are starting to get a little crazy. And mind you, it's November. Oh no, it's not. It's October, and all the craziness didn't start 4 years ago until 3 years ago until that year of the election, January 2020, new pandemic. And so that's what scares me right now, because election season usually stirs up just the worst of everything. Cats, I mean, just the claws come out. That's why I wanted to bring that forward. I know it's such a serious conversation that this is definitely not the show that we normally do. Our first 3 episodes was just creating basketball teams. And so here, let me ask you this: you guys gonna vote this year, next year? And I'm not gonna ask you for who, but are you gonna vote?
Right now, I'm probably not going to, but I guess I'm willing to see what's out there when it comes. When I get the ballot, I'm gonna see what's out there. Or I'm gonna definitely start watching now.
The crazy part is that the top two front runners of each party aren't evil,
I
aren't
mean,
even allowed to debate.
it's, it's
Oh, is
not
that a
far from the
Freudian
truth.
slip?
Really,
Sorry.
Oops.
Are evil.
really?
They're not even debating. I mean,
Okay.
Trump can't debate,
He
or he
can't. He's
doesn't
going
want to
through all
debate.
this shit. Yeah.
I
He
mean,
just wants to do a show with Tucker
I don't,
Carlson.
I don't need to see Trump debate because I know exactly what's gonna happen. Just gonna talk shit.
He's just gonna call them babies and be like, "Hey, you
Yeah,
fucked up
Yeah,
America, bro."
just gonna
that's the
talk
part.
shit.
That's the part of him that I'm just like, I can pass on that, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I could
Just
pass on that for sure.
yeah, I could pass on that. It's like I don't need to see all that, because that doesn't
seen it.
help anything. It was new, but this time around in this next
Yeah.
election, I don't need all that, man. Just say, you know who I am. Come, let's come see me again. If not, I mean, and let the people decide again. That's all that really matters. I just don't like the fact that the Democratic Party aren't even opening it up to any type of, like,
Oh,
opposition.
No, I think there's only about 3 of them right now. That's up there where
Yeah,
I
yeah,
need
everybody's
to
but
all
just give.
Republican, and then you
chat.
have
Need
one
to back.
independent.
I mean, if he's that dominant, put him up there and show how dominant he is.
Yeah.
And if I did vote for him back then, for the purposes of what he was promising, this ain't it. This is a little weird. Like we're in time. Like we're at like almost 200 billion in Ukraine, and we can't. And we give 300 million to Hawaii.
No,
Come on.
man. There's so much. There's so much you could have did without that money.
and we still get we they still they approved another 2.5 billion today. Yellen
What?
just Janet Yellen just approved another 2.5 billion. It's like I feel like I don't even know what the progress is over there
Fuck
in this
that.
war.
That's crazy.
What if there wasn't even a war and it was all CGI and planted, and we were
Oh,
just shuffling money around and hiding it just
right.
because they need to? And we owe, I mean, not we, just the government
Bro,
itself, owe trillions of
it's our
dollars
money,
to these
man.
other
It's
countries.
our money.
We work hard for that. Yeah, our taxes and all that stuff. We really don't have a say at all where this money's going to go.
No.
They cover it up. They talk about it for a little bit. It's like, oh, yeah, we're going to do this. And then it's gone. And everybody was like, hey, what happened to that money? Like what G was asking our very first cast. So what happened to the trillions right before
What
that?
happened to the trillions?
What happened to a G?
Blew up.
I mean, not to be insensitive or anything like that, but yeah.
All
No,
right.
that's just what it is. It's just I think we're all at the point to where everybody just feels like, I mean, we can't really do much of anything anymore. We get yeah, a lot of us are just being ignored, and even the people that feel like they're being paid attention to aren't really being paid attention to, in my opinion, because you're still paying way more at the pump. You're still paying way more in the groceries. You're still not getting that market rate that you should be getting at your job. And then not just the fact that you're paying more in in those areas of your life, you're also paying more in taxes. And you know what? And then the biggest part of this thing for me is a new issue, and it's not really new. It's the issue, in my opinion, for me, is that this border issue is going nutty, bro. New York is about to go underground because it's so damn heavy. Have you seen what's going on over there?
It's
Oh my
sinking.
goodness. It's there. Yeah. It
They're
seems like
literally
it's
about to
sinking,
go
right?
underwater. Yeah.
Did you see all the footage? The what's it called?
There's
The
happens
underground what is that? Subway
the
system
subway.
was flooded
Yeah. It gets like
because it
that.
started cracking.
Now
And
when that
the
starts to happen, you have to think about it as a whole. There's so many people that live there and
yeah.
use that subway station. So if anything crazy would to happen,
Well,
just imagine the impact of that alone, and will it be a wake up call to everybody? Say, hey, we have
well,
to do something
the
about
reason
this.
why they can't fix it is a lot of the actual money is going into, like, the tax money is actually going into having to pay these hotels to board the migrants. Have you seen, like, I forget what hotel
Uh,
that was. I actually had it written down. But there's an actual hotel. There's a 5-star hotel, older. I think it's not the Ritz Carlton, but it's one of the older hotels over there, right? And I think it's a 5-star hotel. No, a lot of New York City hotels are. And I think it's not just that. There's lines of migrants that are there right now,
Crazy.
and like, that's $300 to $500 a month per day per
It,
room
and you know what's crazy?
normally.
The two things I don't see on the news are the flood nor the migrants out there.
Why do you think that is, bro? That's what it's $300 to $500 a night at these hotels at the city's expense. The city's not ready for all that. They can't fix their subway system. Before they had like a rat issue and garbage issue over there, and now they can't stay on top of that. And you got people on the sidewalks. It's starting to look crazy over there.
You think the flooding helped out the rat issue? You think it killed the rats out there?
Oh yeah, when take the lesser of the two evils.
Like,
Imagine that.
where do you think they would go?
No, I really don't think it's a weight issue for that thing. It's just more the infrastructure. It's just they couldn't fix certain things. It's not a weight issue. Can't be a
No,
weight issue.
Oh
But it's
no,
just infrastructure
it's just
issues, man.
infrastructure where the money's going.
Yeah,
They're
there's
not
no
putting
money.
it to the right places.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Seattle better be careful.
Hey, it's getting there. So I read
E-
today that the population is actually going up. Might
Absolutely,
hit
bro.
1 million by the end of this year. So we're sitting at 775K population in Seattle. Just imagine that in two to
Just in
three
Seattle.
months. Yeah, just in Seattle. So in what is it, 2 to 3 months from now, we could have 200,000 more people, 275,000 more people.
Yeah.
And where are they coming from?
You know where? I mean, come on. Well, did you see the other day Elon was at Eagles Pass, which is basically that railway that's it's one of the main entrances of the migrants. And the what makes that different from a lot of the other entryways, because I mean the Rio Grande was the one before, and they had like other entry passes. Eagles Pass actually has a railway, and this thing, they had footage, and you can find it. And if you come see me, if you if you want some proof, they had they had rails, trains full of migrants on there, and they've taken over the train, and they know how to they know how to operate it, and they can there's not enough space in detention centers over there when when these guys are actually brought in and processed, and and again they bring them, they process them, and they have to let them go just because of, I think, is what, Title 13.
Coming
So, bro, they're not even coming from like Mexico, they're not coming from Venezuela, they're not just coming from El Salvador, they're coming from Haiti, they're coming from Africa, they're coming from all over the world.
what's
This
going
is
on?
if the, and that's the part where it's like, okay, fine, just asylum seekers and everything. It's like, yeah, well, open up your arms. Now you got these I don't know, what do you call those cities, but they call them, it's like safe cities or something like
Oh,
that. Like New York's like that, Seattle's like that, Portland,
Like a sanctuary state?
sanctuary state. And now they're all those sanctuary states, they're like, hey, we can't support these guys, we got to close up the borders. It's like, F around and find out, and here you are, you found out. Because you've got these border towns here in Texas with Greg Abbott bussing people out. And it's just like, you know what? For the people in Texas, we got to do something, because we don't want our population to go up, because we don't
Mhm.
have the proper infrastructure and the taxations enough to actually provide enough of these housing. So since it's a sanctuary city, let's you kind of voted for it to be like that, so let's share it out. And now those sanctuary cities are saying to themselves, especially with New York, it's like, yo, what's going on? So here we are. That to me is the biggest issue, in my opinion, and nothing, like, there really hasn't been true coverage of it. It's
To
open
these
borders.
cities, yeah.
In any other country, that's called an invasion, I'll say it. But then it's just, it's, I don't know. We might get canceled for this. I might get canceled. You know what? Forget it.
just I did that
Okay,
part.
podcast is over. What's good? Peace out.
Peace
No, I
out.
mean,
What?
but
I'll be right
I
back.
don't have anything against all that, but it's just, hey, it is. But I'm just concerned about the number, and it's showing right now. Oh,
Yeah.
we lost Gerald.
he,
Gerald,
said he had to be back.
Gerald's like, forget this. I don't want to get canceled. I got it.
He
All
didn't.
right. Well, folks,
Yeah, there he is. He's back. Where'd you go, G?
listen. I hope wasn't too much of a change of pace. I apologize if we insulted anyone or triggered anybody on this thing. That wasn't the point. But it's just, there's some certain conversations that needs to be had. And if you want to come and talk about certain things, if we're just three dads, and we were called, like, we were like the dad. What was it? Dad pod.
The dad pod. Yeah.
You know what I heard the other day? We were like middle-aged hype. It was middle-aged hype beasts.
Yeah. Are we
The
middle-aged
term
hype beasts?
middle-aged hype beasts.
No.
Hashtag that, buddy. So yeah, your
That's
official DFW and 206 GSA area. Sorry, it's hard to recover from the politics talk, huh? But yeah,
yeah.
middle-aged hype beasts will. How you guys feeling? You guys feeling a little drawn out? We're at a little over our usual time.
Nah.
No,
I mean,
Yeah.
it's a whole different point of view coming from us, especially from the first three pods that we did. I mean, we're just trying to figure things out, learning as we go. So this is pretty cool that we got to step out into something different. It's a little bit more serious.
G, how you feeling, man?
What
How you
the
feeling? We need some. Is it time for therapy?
feeling good, man. I'm feeling good, man. I don't give a shit.
Okay. Well. Okay.
I'll vote though. I'll vote this year.
You gonna vote?
I'll vote for the best candidate.
If you guys are gonna vote, please consider um, voting for my man Art B.
Are
He's running for
busy.
office. He's running for Office Depot. So we got a little heavy there. I think what are we gonna do in the next show? I think it's time to round it out. We got the Hawks playing. It's the third quarter.
Yeah, we could talk about
Geno Smith
sports.
is out.
Gino, he's back here. No, he's back in actually. Jesus
Back.
Is he
did,
really?
he didn't
Because
give us the update. Yeah,
I need
he's
some
back.
points.
Running
And
backs
we're
running.
at 14-3 right now.
Okay.
9 minutes into the third. And it looks like this game is going to be going under, guys. It's not going above 43 and a half. They're just
Man,
sucking. I mean, I don't even know what it is. I mean, I
no,
was watching the game a
Well,
little bit, but I just didn't really care.
they
a
could
win's a
score
win's a win.
two touchdowns
That's
each.
all that matters. But the Mariners, man, what happened? What
Oh
happened to the
yeah. Here,
Mariners?
let's have this as our last segment, our last topic of the cast, because I think we should rep these guys for the season.
A moment of
I'm
silence.
thankful.
We have a moment of silence for
We
our
still
M's.
rock with the M's. I'm telling you, we still rock with them. It was a little. I mean, it's disappointing. Maybe they overdid it last year. Maybe they kind of overachieved last year, but the expectations this year were a little bit too much. Maybe I
It was
don't know.
a fun
They
year. It
broke
was a fun.
an 18 to 20-year playoff streak, not making it, so which is nice. But this year, everybody's blaming it on the
Yeah,
ownership. But I
Yeah.
guess we
August
just
was nice though.
So
August was
Was it? Oh
nice.
no, September.
Oh, September.
Was
bullpen fell.
September?
Our bullpen fell apart after
Yeah.
September. That's what happened.
What happened?
They couldn't close
No,
out a
no,
game.
no. It
We
was
had that
August.
winning
They had
streak.
a
This August was
crazy
we went
August
on a
month.
fire streak.
Mm.
Yeah, August the bullpen was on fire, but yeah, after that month, the bullpen couldn't save
Mm-hmm.
anything.
So what happened? Did we lose anybody? What
No,
happened?
they just couldn't
Started.
score. So
Uh,
what it was is there was a point where they started kind of slipping a little bit, and then there was a crucial 10 game setup, right? So I think we were half game behind Houston, and then
right.
Texas was at a 3 game lead, and then we played Texas here. We played Texas here in Dallas, and they got swept. And I went to one of the games, and
Yeah.
I still rock. I rock with the Rangers too, man. I like them. They're a solid team. I love the fact that the local fan base right now is like, yeah, we got something to cheer for. Finally, we got doing this. They were feeling a little bit down because the Rangers had a crazy start. They freaking were blazing, and then all of a sudden over here we didn't think that they're actually going to make it, and then they swept the M's, and that just losing 4 games in the most critical 10
Crucial
games of the
moment.
year.
Yeah.
That's it. And you don't mess with Houston if you're in a playoff race with Houston. That's Houston. That's still
That is
Houston.
Houston. For a second, weren't they? They weren't doing that well this season, and all of a sudden, I'm hearing that
Yeah.
they actually made it to the playoffs over the M's. So
August they went nuts. August they went nuts and they were actually first, and I think they were first towards the end of August. And then they were just swapping games, and things happen, man. This playoff
yeah,
race, pennant race, still fun. Still a lot of people cheering. Still got people lively. People came out. We still wearing the hats. We still rock with the M's.
G, you
Do
went to a
better.
game recently. When was that? Over the weekend?
Yeah,
It was cracking,
and
huh? Was it like? Was that
Yeah.
the game-winning game?
we won that game. Yeah,
Was that Friday?
it
Was
was
it
Thursday.
that Friday? They put up like 12 points or something. Eight.
Thursday, the walk off double.
Oh, that
Okay.
was
Yeah.
the
No,
one.
that was fun. That was fun. Yeah. Hey, but boys, just like the Mariners season, things have to come to an end. And this podcast episode for this week, again, this was something new that we had to hit you with a little bit of a different side of us and a little bit more serious side. We'll tell you what. Let us know in the comments. Let us know individually if you want to DM us if this wasn't one of those shows that you were feeling. If this isn't one of the things, if this isn't the direction that you want this show to go, we'll take into consideration. Maybe, maybe not. Um, if we're not, this isn't supposed to be that. We're not here to cross any lines again. And I shouldn't even be bringing this up, but I want to be very thoughtful and consideration, because we have, throughout all our years and throughout all the friends that we've made, especially in Seattle, there's an eclectic group and beautiful people, regardless of, that's the thing, regardless of whatever side that you support. Beforehand, when we started talking about politics, like I said, I don't care about the sides. Let's just talk about what's important to us in this type of conversation. And that's how we approached it. We don't care about the blues and the reds. We don't care about any of that particular stuff. It's what's most important. And if it's bothering me, I'm going to talk about it, and I'm not going to talk about it supporting either side. Just give me the best solution, and that's what we talked about today. And I hope you both feel the same way. That I don't think we did anything to where it's crossing.
Too much crazy. Yeah, we were good.
Yeah.
Basically, our point of view and how we felt about everything during those moments, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, boys, let's round this out. Let's enjoy the rest of this game. You good with that?
I'm good with it. You good, G?
I'm goody.
Peace.
G's drawn out.